nakweza hano mvuye mu murenge wa Kabatwa saa moya nje kongera kureba no kwamamaza umuzehe wacu Paul Kagame.
Tens of thousands of Rwandans at the feet of one man. Paul Kagame has been in power for 24 years, and he's expected to be re-elected. For millions of young people, he's the only leader they've ever known. We set out to meet this Kagame generation through Benigne, Mutezi, and Jean de Dieu. Mutezi Fabiola is 26 years old. She co-owns a liquor shop. Like most young Rwandans, she already knows who she's going to vote for in the presidential election.
His Excellency, our President, Paul Kagame. Yeah.
For anyone who doesn't know him, this is our president. He's a good leader. He took Rwandans from a dark place to one that is joyful. All Rwandans should be thankful. He is our hero.
Mutezi has unwavering faith in Kagame, like millions of others. A few years ago, she faced unemployment, a challenge shared by around 20% of young people here. Despite not having a degree, she decided to start her own business.
I love my job because I feel it's my calling to be a businesswoman more than anything else. I love it so much. Business is going well. That's because we've come a long way. We started in another neighborhood, but it was small. So we decided to slowly expand here. We began buying more alcohol, so the situation is improving.
Mutezi's business is booming. On a weekend night, she can earn over €100. That's twice the average monthly wage. This space has become popular among local youth who make up 2/3 of the population that's going to be heading to the polls. Here, political debates are off limits. Customers steer clear of the topic in public.
Politics in Rwanda are going very well. There are no issues. We are doing well. We don't talk much about politics because there aren't any political conflicts.
There are no political conflicts, and for good reason. Most young people can only envision one leader. For many Rwandans, Kagame is more than a president. He's been the country's guiding force since he put an end to the Tutsi genocide. His status as a hero is upheld by the ruling Rwandan Patriotic Front.
He did the impossible, and he's the one to thank for where we are now. We have education, we have roads, hospitals, electricity everywhere. Every place has water. Other leaders failed to do this. Rwanda was in a bad state. But then came His Excellency Paul Kagame. He didn't just watch, sit. That's why we love him. We support him, we love him. We're with him, and we will never accept that what we've achieved goes to waste.
We had to get government permission to film Benin. During this first rally of the presidential campaign, her mission is to spend 6 hours keeping crowds entertained. Everyone here is waiting for the man who will likely win a 4th term in office.
Democracy means making choices about what you want and what you deserve. And you have the right to choose. In democracies, no one chooses for you. You are the ones who choose for yourselves.
Since 2003, Kagame has been consistently re-elected with at least 93% of the vote. For the international community, these results are a sign of autocracy. But his supporters just see a man dedicated to his people.
We'll vote for him because he loves us and we love him. Everything he does proves how much he loves us. He loves us, we love him.
Benigne keeps supporting her leader, even at university, where she studies civil engineering. The presidential campaign is rooted in most students' minds.
I want everyone at university to be a member of the RPF. As I was saying earlier, everyone can see what we've achieved. You just have to look around. You don't have to say anything. You can see the growth. The development in hospitals, schools and other places speak for themselves.
We don't treat it as a party. It is like a family. So that is why we always think that if every student of our campus can be part of it, can be something great.
It's a large family that it's convenient to be a part of. Members take a lifelong oath to the ruling party. The RPF spans across all levels of society. Being a member even makes it easier to find a job.
Once I leave this place, I'll be an engineer ready to work for my country. It's very easy to get a job. It depends on you as an individual. If you have the energy and the will and the desire to work, you'll definitely get a job. It's very easy to get a job, but it depends on you.
However, not everyone shares this optimism. More than half of the population in Rwanda lives on less than €2 a day, and some are choosing a different political path. Frank Habineza is the only opposition figure tolerated by authorities. He's running against Kagame for the second time, after only receiving 0.4% of votes in 2017. By his side is Jean de Dieu, who's the leader of the Democratic Green Party's youth wing.
We are very ready to deal with it, and then once and where our party will be erected, just it's a chance of to bring a change in Rwanda, and then I have a dream to be a politician. I have I hope to be a president of Rwanda, but not be a opposition party.
The Green Party is the only one challenging the authorities' policies.
turabasaba amajwi kugira ngo duce ubushomeri tuzawuca dute tuzashyiraho inganda ntoya muri bu murenge zikora ibikorerwa muri uwo murenge cyangwa ibihingirwa muri uwo murenge. Green Party oye!
Jean de Dieu is a dedicated young politician, but he still has to be cautious. He lets his leader take the risks on sensitive topics.
Twavuze mu nyigo zacu za mbere zindi abanyarwanda baratubwiye yuko barambiwe no gufungwa iminsi 30 by'agateganyo bakarangiza bakamarayo umwaka bakazafungurwa arabera.
Frank Habineza is brave enough to openly criticize the government and its policies. But being a political opponent in the land of 1,000 hills is a dangerous game, and many have had to pay the price.
We were beaten, some people were members put in prison, some of them are here actually who are in prison, and others, my vice president got assassinated in 2010. I also went to exile to Sweden. It was so difficult process, but if you see, by the time I came back from Sweden, we were able to register our party after 4 years. It got registered. And then we tried again after 4 years, we were able to get into parliament. So you could see that there's a trend, progressive trend, from worst to bad to good. Maybe now we hope it will be better.
When he's not campaigning, Jean de Dieu works in Kigali, a city that showcases the country's rapid development. Despite being part of the opposition, he admits that Rwanda has come a long way.
As you know, in Rwanda we had a genocide, so genocide clashed everything. So now we start to reconstruct, to breed everything in Kigali. So we believe within a couple of years in ahead, so we have a great Kigali and a green Kigali.
The Green Party knows there are boundaries it should not cross.
We have a freedom of speech for sure. We have a freedom of speech, and then but there is a limitation. That limitation, you don't go beyond of that.
For many observers, tolerating the Green Party is a way for Kagame to show he plays the game of democracy. However, it still addresses very real daily issues. We meet up with Mutezi again in her neighborhood.
Now it's easier. It's not like at the beginning. Now we get a lot of income. I can afford anything. Things are expensive. Kigali isn't cheap. It's expensive to live here. And even in the future, I think that it's going to be the same. If you are able to work and hustle, things will come your way, and you'll be able to buy everything you need to survive.
Before heading back to work, Mutezi takes a moment to relax with her friends. Even though the ruling party is all over social media, discussions about politics take place in private.
We enjoy speaking about politics and elections. We're not politicians, but we love to talk about it.
As she gets ready to cast her ballot, we ask her if she could imagine an alternative to Kagame.
She says that's a hard question.
It's a tough question. I grew up only knowing one politician who I love. That's why it's difficult for me to answer that question. So everyone has their own opinions. At school growing up, I was only taught about one person, one president.
Rwanda has known one leader and has had one vision for the past 3 decades. That one man who has led the country from rubble to resilience and modeled the mindset of an entire generation.